Oh, here we go. Oh, this is gonna make my day.
All your ladies probably pushing like this. Shake it down, don't stop, don't miss. All y'all ladies probably pushing like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do it, do it, do it, do it now, right now. Let it go, suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, my pussy ain't my credit. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my credit. First you gotta put your back into it. Don't stop, just do it, do it. Then you gotta roll your tongue from the front to the front. Suck it off till I shake and come. Make sure I keep busting nuts all over your face and stuff. Tell me I'm making so much love. Lick it now, lick it good. Suck this pussy like you should. Come on, lick it now, lick it good. Suck this pussy just like you should. My lick, my back, pussy in my head. My dick, my back, lick my pussy in my breath. Well, you might roll doves, and you might have dreams. Fuck that player on your knees. Bitches like me moan and scream. Real thugs gonna know what I mean. At the club, so fresh and clean. Big unit on my face, so mean. Got a big man that I need. Real thug gonna satisfy me. True player, I'll show you what I mean. Bitches ain't got shit on me. Shit on me. Yeah. Lick it now, lick it good. Suck this pussy like you should. Come on, right now. Lick it good. Suck this pussy like you should. My bad, lick my pussy and my crack. If you don't sing along, my neck, my back,
lick my pussy and my
one more
crack.
time, my
My
neck,
neck,
my
my back,
lick
lick
my pussy
my pussy
and my
crack.
my neck, my back, my pussy and my crack. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. And the home say
Well done.
That one goes out to the 2020 Boston Red Sox. This is the Simple Mind Sports Show, Wednesday edition, September 30th. Welcome.
Well done. Well done.
Well done, Richard.
I still would have loved to see it live, like in front of a crowd of people.
Yeah, you couldn't do that at that little function you had the other night?
Not sure how that would go over well. There were many children.
How long did it take to learn that? You just learned it all day today when you were working?
However long it took to find this shirt out of the closet and put it on. So
Good for you. Ooh, take another one off.
I actually have to take this thing off. It's fucking disgusting.
Is it just
Oh, yeah.
leave it off.
Ladies,
He
Panties
is not single.
panties alert, women. They may get wet.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning. We got
You're
some
watching this on-
we got some wops.
Oh, wops, as the kids would say nowadays.
The old
Wop.
wops.
Yep.
Wop.
What's up, boys?
Hello, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Bill, just a quick question for you.
Yeah.
When you say 7:30, because we're going by, of course, your time, the Queen's time, and then your business partners leave your house early, and then you say, let's do 7. Have you figured out that we're never going to do an earlier time? We're just going to stick to the time you say?
Why do you sound so
Yeah.
stupid?
Do you have like modulation on your?
Hold on.
Like you sound.
It sounds like he's hiding his voice when they're like talking to the ransom people at the.
Hold on.
You're holding someone for ransom, and they don't want someone to identify your voice.
No, I had a meeting today that went shorter than it would, so I got home earlier. So I figured if you guys you said time was open, I figured I'd say a half hour early. If not, no big deal.
Yeah, he's just keeping it out there. But Ray's right. We have never ever pushed the time up after you've told us what time you're ready to do it.
Queen's time.
I always give it like later just because I don't know what time I get home with these 10-hour days. So that's why. But if I get home early, I always just throw it out there. If you guys are ready, whatever.
You know
Just
what?
because your business partner's not lingering around.
I left work today, like my real job, which I'm about to be Billy unemployed again soon.
Ooh, just give us 30 seconds on that. What should we be looking forward to?
A little bit of this fucking bad boy again, busted wing.
Billy Busted Wing?
Yeah,
Nah, that doesn't really work. Billy
we're
Cripple?
gonna try
Can we do
to
that one?
push it off till January.
I'm pretty sure that's a beep.
Yeah, it's a beat.
Is it?
I go back in
handicap?
November, but it's looking that we're getting cut open. MRI showed a tear, so I guess it didn't heal as good
Is it?
as we thought. So I got to get it all cut open again.
Is the doctor worried because your age that going under the knife again could be serious for your elderly body?
No, if he was worried, like maybe he would have like not recommended surgery again. So
okay.
It's the lower class surgery, right? They didn't recommend the.
it's not going to be as bad though, because
Gotcha.
I had 3 things repaired last time. He said it should only be like 1 thing now, which should be better. So I should be fucking not as bad. But clearly it didn't work the first time, and I'm 9 months out, and it still hurts like fuck. So
Probably got a bad doctor. You're probably rode for the rest of your life.
I hope.
I didn't
not.
mean to say-
he had good reviews.
It's not much
you know?
longer to go. Would you find him on Yelp?
No, dude, he's a good doctor. I don't know. I think what happened was I felt great until I started PT, and I think in PT I hurt it again
Oh, of
because
course.
like I was in a lot of fucking pain. Like 2 weeks after PT, I was like something's wrong. Like after 2 weeks, I was like in worse pain than I was before. I think I hurt it during PT again.
That sucks.
Yeah.
It was, but one thing we know for sure, it was before football season. So Pro Football Focus, it didn't have anything to do with it.
No, I practice with the left hand just so like
me too.
if something could go wrong with the right, which clearly
That's
it
because
has.
you injured your shoulder in high school at the prime age for.
So I learned how to.
focus time.
Yep.
Yeah, you had to go to the left hand.
Yeah.
You know
Switch
what? I
hitter.
respect you for that.
Pro Football Focus wasn't even out yet. It was just teenage hormones of jacking off to anything.
Oh,
that
he
leaf.
was getting
that
Sports
leaf
Illustrated.
moved. Oh, I got to jack off. Sports Swimsuit edition.
Sports
always.
Illustrated for kids. He's
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway. He's like, look at this fucking guy. 21 points a game. Oh, baby.
Oh, shit.
Come on, lefty. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We have not had a chance to fully dissect the Boston Celtics collapse that was Game 6. Last show we did was Sunday before the game. So let's go ahead right into that. Here, allow me. Fourth quarter possessions, 5 minutes left in the game. 102 to 103. Kemba missed 3. Jason Tatum, turnover. Kemba missed 3. Tatum missed 3. Smart missed 3. Tatum missed technical foul shot. Jalen missed 3. Smart missed layup. Kemba, turnover. 26-6 run after they were up by 2 points in the fourth quarter to go. This team has it's not balls because they continue to fight because they lost that lead, and then it was a 1-point game with 5 minutes left, and then they crumbled. Like, it's not balls. They just they literally don't have the DNA. They don't have the smarts. They don't
lack
have
finish.
Yeah, they don't
Great
have
one.
it
That's a good one, Bill.
in them. They just they're missing old lefty to really get to the end, and I don't know what the answer to that is, but let me get your immediate reaction on Game 6. I'm assuming it's pretty close to what the immediate reaction was for every other one of these blown fucking playoff games that they've had throughout the postseason. Bill, go ahead. Let's start with you.
No, like I mentioned, it's lack of finish. You know, you're a young team. I think you're lacking not just a finish, but I think you're lacking like a true leadership on that team, like a veteran presence. Like I thought you had a little bit in Al Horford, but he was never a winner. I get it. He won two NCAA championships in Florida, but come on, he's
That
not
was,
a.
that was
Bonner.
yeah, that was Bonner.
Yeah,
no, what the fuck
no.
was the Bulls?
Billy Donovan.
No. The other power forward. Why can't I think of his name?
Noah.
The Bulls. Yeah.
Noah, and then
Joakim
Corey
Noah.
and Corey Brewer was the third guy there. But no, I mean they won in college, but none of those guys on this team are winners yet. You know, I mean, you just because you make it there doesn't mean you're a winner. And they lack that touch to close out a game. You had leads in all 6 games, double-digit leads in all 6 games, and you won 2 of them. You lack the finish. I mean, the first game went in overtime, which you should have won game 1. You should have won game 2 because you pissed it away in game quarter 4, and then so on and so on. I mean, this is you're seeing it in every game. It's not just a once in a blue moon thing. It's a fucking pattern with this team, and it's been a pattern on this team since Brad Stevens took over.
So I'm gonna get to that in a second. I'm gonna reject this they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 out of 4 years thing, and I have a reason why. But I want to get Ray's thoughts first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missed 3-pointers when you're down by 1 in the final couple minutes of the game. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. How do you define it, Ray? How do you define what that is? And we saw it. Sorry. So they should have swept the Heat. I mean, they should have swept the Raptors. They lose on a last-second play, half a second left in Game 3. That should have been a win. You won that going away, and they should have been up 2-0 in the Heat. You win Game 3. I mean, you have there's a legitimate. You have the talent to have walked through this Eastern Conference. You sweep the Sixers. You could have swept the Heat, or the Raptors, or at best Raptors and Heat in 5 games if you just finish these out. So. Ray, 5 missed threes, missed layup, 2 turnovers, and a missed free throw. What does that say to you?
The thing that I keep hearing is that this is a young team, and that that's complete bullshit. You just said it. 3 out of 4 years they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals. By now they should know how to win. At least after the 3rd time going there, they should know how to win. And this isn't mental mistakes. This isn't being young. This is also from the coach, Brad Stevens, telling these guys what to do. Go out there and find your groove, shoot until you find your groove, which is complete bullshit because everyone knows if you have an off night, you're having an off night. Don't shoot, pass the ball, drive. Don't shoot these 3-pointers anymore. But I'm sick of this whole notion that it's the young team and that, give it another year, give it another 2 years. No, you should be winning now. Like, this is your 3rd time being there. You should be going to the finals. And you had the easiest run at it. You had the Philadelphia 76ers who came in limping into the playoffs. You beat Toronto Raptors, your biggest foe in the regular season. You beat them. Now you have the Heat because they took care of the Bucks for you. You should have been going to the finals this year to play the Lakers. Instead, you guys choked it all away.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say about that 3 out of 4 years in the Eastern Conference Finals, it all is a little bit different. The first year you make it there with essentially rookies and young guys because Kyrie was hurt. No, that was the second time. Sorry, the first time was with Isaiah. So. Yeah. The only guys that I get on for the experience in the Eastern Conference Finals is Marcus Smart and Brad Stevens in my mind. Jaylen Brown was a rookie when he made it there the first time. Jason Tatum was a rookie the next time they made it. Jaylen Brown's had a couple more one more crack at it than Tatum. But look, I don't look at it the same way. They're different teams. It's a different scenario. But I do get on Brad and I do get on Marcus Smart because in terms of tactical problems, Marcus Smart's a fucking big one. And to your point, Ray, that goes higher than just the plays on the court. That's the ideology within the organization, on the team, positionless basketball. Everybody can shoot. Find the matchup. If you have the matchup, it's your ball. That just can't happen in NBA basketball. And the biggest problem that they have is Jason Tatum needs to be the guy, and he's not yet. He's not. They tried to go to him in that Toronto series, and he proved that he was not the guy yet. So when they got to the Heat series, their whole mind fucking scrambled, and everybody didn't know what to do, including, I think, the coach. And now I'm sure the coach is not telling Marcus Smart to come down with 17 seconds left on the shot clock and jack up a fucking 3. But still, that being said, I'll get to My biggest problem with Brad Stevens, I think, at this point with this team that I think they're going to move forward to is he needs to learn how to define roles and keep people to it. And I don't think he has up to this point because he's either had young players or transitioning teams, whatever the fuck excuse you want to put in front of him. The big one is Marcus Smart. You can't be the fourth quarter hucker. You can't have more shots. You can't have more shots than Kemba Walker and Jaylen Brown in a closeout game. That cannot fucking happen. Can't happen. So, I think the issues are there. Bill, what do you think the biggest issue is? Like on the team, why they lost? What is give me three, or if you were to rank them, or if you have one, what's the biggest issue with this team and why we all agree they failed, right? This bubble was a fail?
Yeah, I think it was a big fail.
I look at it a little differently just because
Go ahead, because you had Sixers in 7, you had Heat in 7, and you had Raptors in 7. But that's because you're an asshole. So let's get your full. Now that it's over, let's get your honest assessment of what you thought of.
So they exceeded my expectations in the bubble. I thought they were going to lose in Toronto in round 2. I legitimately thought they were going to beat Philadelphia, but I just like to pick against them just so that put some good karma on their way.
Sure,
hopefully
put a
they
little
win.
Juice their way, sure.
But I just think especially I look at it a little differently because seeing this team now, and you kind of saw them in the bubble, they lack the finish. How the fuck, if you weren't on a bubble, how are you going to go to Toronto and for 4 games in Toronto? You know what I mean? So that if you think about it that way, I don't see it as much of a failure because you're not getting past the second round if it wasn't for the bubble. Because I don't think you're good. I don't not think you're going to Toronto and winning 4 games technically on the road in Toronto with this lack of fight. Well, not lack of fight, but lack of finish at the end. You know what I mean? Your brain just goes blank at the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. And tell me again how you're going to win in Toronto in 4 games doing that. So I think that's why I look at the bubble just a little bit differently. I don't consider the bubble a failure. Yes, they should have beat the Miami Heat. But again, they exceeded my expectations because I thought they were going to lose to Toronto. So,
I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that, but I'll go back to they were dominating in games 1 and 2 against Toronto. Dominating. In game 3, they were in control of.
Yeah, I know. But again, they can't play in Toronto. That's the biggest problem. When's the last time they won in Toronto?
This year.
Once in the last 6 years.
I think they
won this year, and they didn't have the useless Pascal Siakam, who was a fraud in the playoffs. Just speaking of your finish, I didn't bring this up before. Jason Tatum shot 5 for 21 in the clutch, which the NBA defines 5-point game, 5 minutes or less. Jaylen Brown was 6 for 19. Not bad. 40, what is that, Rain Man, 44% or something? Walker was 9 for 16. Better?
Less than that.
Okay. So not great, not good. 9 for 16, good. Over 50%. Smart, 2 for 8. Not good.
That's not over 50%.
That's not over 50%. Mm-hmm. Tatum, 5 for 21 is your problem. Tatum, 5 for 21 is your problem.
That's, yeah. What is that, 30%? 31% somewhere?
It's not good.
Jesus
not good,
Christ.
Bob.
It's cut
the next question has what's the first, I'll go to Ray. What's the first move you're making if you're the Boston Celtics in this team, in this offseason?
Give me a second here, okay? There's 3. 1, you package your 30th pick and Gordon Glass Hayward to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Kevin Love. Second, you take your 14th pick and Marcus Smart and send him to Utah for Rudy Gobert.
Can I ask you something? Could before we go to number, because I didn't even listen to number 2 because I was trying to pay attention to number 1. Why is Cleveland doing that?
They're not.
How long?
They're not.
What's the deal on Love? How many years left does he have? Because this is an expiring contract for Hayward.
1 or 2.
Is it an expiring contract for
Yeah.
Love? Can we look that up, Billy numbers? If it's not an expiring contract for Love, I could see the Cavs doing that. They can get out from under that money a little bit with Hayward because he's going to be, if he opts in, it's going to be a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
But the 30th pick is trash. So
of course. You just throw it in there. You say you're getting a first-round pick. What else are you going to give him?
Well,
anyways.
Okay.
So I'm just saying to get rid of these guys. I want Gordon Hayward gone. I want Marcus Smart gone. Third would be getting rid of Brad Stevens, which I know is.
He just signed an extension. He signed an extension.
I know. I said it was a pipe dream, Bill. It's a pipe dream. This is what I would do. I would get rid of him because he can't coach these kids. He can't coach it anymore. His little luck ran out after the first couple of years. It's gone now. They need a veteran coach in here that can actually keep these guys in line. and stop playing this hero isolation bullshit basketball.
You bringing Doc back, Ray?
No, I would like that, but it will never happen.
No one hires veteran coaches in the NBA anymore. They hire guys off the
Young
street,
guys.
but that's fine. Bill,
But no,
what's your first move?
Kevin Love's signed an extension. He's a free agent in 2023.
All right, so that's an extra year off. So if you want Kevin Love, you give him they get out from a $30 million paycheck a year early by taking Hayward, and they might be able to flip him at the deadline and get out even earlier if they wanted to. But the 30th pick is trash. You're probably gonna have to get up whatever they have in the 20th, maybe the 14th to get, because you have no leverage there. Plus, Hayward's not your fucking problem. Bill, what's your move?
I mean, the first gut reaction is try to trade Marcus Smart. I mean, I think he's probably going to bring back a lot of value. Cheap contract. I think he's making 13 this year, 14 the year after that. I mean, we have a problem with Marcus Smart. We've seen what he is. He hasn't got – I mean, he gets better shooting, but when he's not a great shooter. You know, and I just think defensively we're paying defensive stalwart that. I would truthfully go try and get Oladipo out of Indy because there's rumors he wants out. I would love me some Oladipo in Indy, and maybe you can get it done. If you could move Marcus Smart.
Where does Oladipo fit in this team?
He fits the Gordon Hayward role great.
In what way? Gordon Hayward doesn't shoot the ball. Victor Oladipo needs to shoot the ball.
That's
You
fine.
have three other guys.
I would love Victor on
four
the
if you count fucking Marcus Smart. Guys need a big ball, and he just blew out his goddamn knee. He's another
healthy.
injury. He's another injury waiting to happen. I don't look. I love Victor Oladipo, the player. He doesn't fit this team. You need to build. All right. Look,
No, you need to build a bench. We need to build a bench because you saw what it is. Because
Do that on free agency though. Get rid of the
yeah,
Marcus
but
Smart
what
like
I'm
a bang,
saying,
but go free
Dwight, you got to build in free agency. You're losing Cantor. You can use your full mid level this year. You need to do. You saw the matchup. You couldn't stop Dwight Bosch the whole series. You had one game in Game 5 that you stopped him. He was the biggest mismatch all series. He's the reason you lost the series because the Celtics could not contain him.
The reason they lost the series is because they lost their absolute composure every time they had a lead in the fourth quarter. That's the reason they lost the series. The mismatch was Dwight Bosch. That was the mismatch, and that's the advantage that the Miami Heat had. It's not why the Celtics lost. I'm sick of fucking people saying that. They lost because Jason Tatum went 5 for 23 in clutch situations, and they can't handle the pressure. So you don't fix that by bringing in Victor Oladipo. You don't fix that by getting rid of Gordon Hayward. You don't even fix that really by getting rid of Marcus Smart. You fix that by Jason Tatum becoming a fucking stud because he's not yet. He's not a superstar because he went 5 for 23 in clutch. And if he goes 10
LeBron's
for
done the
23,
same thing.
you're in the NBA Finals. You're in the NBA Finals, and it's a different story with the same fucking team. So ask me what my plan is. I'll tell you.
Hold on. No. I have a question before you answer that.
Fine.
You're keeping this whole team then?
Yes.
Yeah, I would too.
Oh, of course you would. Suck his dick a little bit more.
Whole team in terms of starting five.
I want the starting 5. Yeah, but
starting 5 with Marcus
bench.
Smart. Yes.
You need to have you got to have bench.
Fixing their holes is not that difficult. It's not why they lost. You need a big man that can play defense, which should be Robert Williams. But if go out there and find yourself an Aaron Baines, find someone who can bang around on defense and clog up the middle. They should have done it at the deadline, Bill. They didn't. And you need a perimeter shooter. You need a knockdown ball shooter that can come in and get red hot off the bench, and might not see the court for. Jamal Crawford might not see the court for 2 straight games, but can come in and give you 15, 17.
You could even have J.R. Smith doing that, and say what you want about J.R. Smith, but you've seen him take over games in the playoffs when he's got hot with Cleveland.
He can't play defense.
He can't. It doesn't matter. You need that shooter off the bench. It's what you're missing. And I've been bitching about a big man for the last year. In our group messages, and you've been shitting me down, but it's like we need
more
presence.
so. The reason
I'll take Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka.
I wanted them to trade with. I wanted him to get him when they went to Toronto. Ray, I think you and I were bitching about that because he was a perfect target.
But he'd be too expensive. That wasn't the right time for the Celtics.
Doesn't matter. Imagine getting him instead of fucking Jeff Green in that fucking Kendrick Perkins deal.
Yeah, but then you don't have you guys. All right, whatever. Look, so what I think they're going to do, what I want them to do and what I think they're going to do is they're going to run it back with this core. Number one, because Hayward's going to opt in. You can't really do much with that. You want to sign him long-term? No. So you want to sign him long-term for 26 as opposed to 1 year at 30, 31 or 32 or whatever.
34.
No, you're gonna save how much money? What are you gonna do with that? Nothing. So he's gonna opt in. He'll be a trade piece if they start to crumble in the middle of the season. Marcus Smart will be a trade piece if they start to crumble in the season. Both very tradable contracts for whatever the player is worth. But they're gonna run it back with this core. Danny Ainge got petrified at the deadline because he thought that the chemistry was going to be because these kids are so fucking weak mentally, and they had so many young kids on the bench, and everyone was pulling for each other, and no one wanted to see anybody go, including the French tickler with his red fucking shoes. They couldn't get rid of that guy. Couldn't get rid of the French guy for some scoring or defense. That's not going to happen this offseason. Danny's going to go find somebody to attempt to fill those holes, and they're going to run it back. And the biggest question will be, can Brad assign roles? Can those players stick to those roles? And can Jason Tatum ascend to the player that he needs to be? Because if he doesn't, then they're fucked anyway. So what does it matter?
Yeah, and the thing about Danny too, I don't know if it had to do with a lot with chemistry, but it's the fact that his ego has to win every single trade. I mean, I think that's huge because he's won a few in his early career, the Celtics, and then he's afraid to lose a trade. Like, he overvalues everything because I've won every trade. I've won every trade I've ever made. And you could have got that guy Washington Bertans or whatever his name is. He ended up opting out anyways. He was available for a couple first rounds if you wanted. And you could have went out and got Clint Capella too, who went to Atlanta for not a whole lot. You could have made a move.
They didn't
there.
have the money work. Yeah,
I know it would have worked, but you could have eventually made that contract work. Are you better with Clint Capella or Marcus Smart in this postseason?
Marcus Smart. Clint Capella's not. I'm not big on Clint Capella. But the Bertans move was a no. You have 2 first rounders for a rental, but go try. And
you could have got Isaiah. Say what you want back about Isaiah.
I wanted Isaiah.
You could have taken him back in limited minutes off the bench, and I would have much rather had him on the court in meaningful minutes than Brad Wanamaker. And you want to talk about a guy that can get hot off the bench and not, you know what I mean? He's a guy that could fucking score lights out. We've seen it here in the past in this offense. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I think we're all echoing each other's thoughts, minus Ray, who wants to trade fucking everybody for nobody. But even Wanamaker's nice as a ninth guy, as a guy that comes, that plays hard and is a nice voice on your bench. But the double thought, going back and second guessing, it's Danny Ainge not doing anything at the deadline to fill those holes that hurt them. And then I am coming off my fire Brad take, because at the end of the day, you can't control the players on the court. And I guarantee he did not tell his players to come down there and act like fucking assholes for how many games did they act like assholes when they had 5, 6 games, whatever there was.
Their assholes clenched. That's what happened.
Yeah, a coach can't unclench an asshole. Even with the fucking back of a plunger, you can't unclench that shit. So
Ray's tried.
I was going to say Bill's tried that. Damn it. Well done.
And the one guy with a wide open gaping asshole is Marcus Smart, who's the last guy you want taking those big time shots, which is a problem. So yeah, all that inner stuff needs to fix. Ray, maybe it is a trade. Maybe they got to mix it up completely and get rid of Marcus Smart. That's the one guy I think that makes a difference if you get rid of him. Gordon Hayward, no one gives a shit about Gordon Hayward. It's just the fact he makes $30 million. If he didn't make $30 million, people would be praising him as a really nice little piece. But he makes $30 million, so he gets shit on.
Did you also hear that he wasn't healthy enough to play? He came back and he was having he couldn't even feel his ankle.
He didn't look healthy. He did not look healthy. So good for him. I give him. Yeah.
I'd still rather have him out there than Brad Wanamaker.
Finally.
Yeah, you can't shit on. I mean, you could see it. You saw it.
He took the end of the plunger, wrapped it around his leg, and got out there. He missed.
That's why they couldn't find the plunger.
Layups. Yeah.
That's why they couldn't find the plunger. It was around his ankle.
Dude, he heard the talk. He heard the talk. Everybody's shitting on him. Yeah. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to play. But he should have. Good for him. But he clearly was not Gordon Hayward. I
think this team does play with heart. I think they play for Brad. I just don't think they listen to Brad. And that's a problem. And I don't necessarily love the way they play basketball with all the 3-pointers, and they clearly did not don't know how to not play that way. So Brad holds some accountability, and it's his 8th fucking year in the league, so he's got to do something, right? One more. Well, last thought. Your last words on the Celtics.
We didn't say anything about this, but the biggest news out of Game 6 was that Jason Tatum is getting career advice from none other than Rich's favorite man, Kyrie Irving. How do you feel about that?
How do you feel about him being in Brooklyn next year? Because I feel like that's coming.
Yeah.
Not next year, but
the year after. If they don't get if he turns down a Celtics extension this year,
oh, he's definitely gonna go.
He's
to,
out.
Well, you'll have Tatum for 2 years because next year you can give him the extension this year. Next year you're restricted, so you can match anything. So either way, oh fuck, we were rambling on here. Either way, Jason Tatum's going to be on the Celtics for 2 years. But, yeah, fuck Kyrie Irving. Fuck Kyrie Irving to the goddamn moon, man. That guy fucking sucks. Jason Tatum, stop taking goddamn advice from Kyrie Irving. My God. Yeah, they said he was giving him advice on leadership. Bullshit. Don't sign that shit, Tatum. Don't sign that shit. Boston's not the right place. We got KD. We got a max spot. Fuck you, Kyrie. Go save the world, you fucking bitch.
Don't forget, though, next year, if he gets on another All-NBA team, he can get 30% of the salary cap in his next extension. So
with Boston,
yeah.
All right, boys, we're running late here, so let's fire through this. Doc Rivers got fired. That's too bad. I mean, that was coming. You can't blow 3-1 leads and not get let go. Bill, I know you have one little piece of news on this, so fire it away.
Doc Rivers, most overrated coach in NBA history.
And why did he get fired?
Paul George is annoyed with Doc Rivers because Paul George was married to his daughter and cheated on her with a stripper. So Paul George has more clout there. So you know what? Blame it on the pussy.
There you go. BTP. Who do you got? NBA Finals. Lakers Heat. First of all, real quick, this is a tough one for Celtics fans because these are, at this point in our careers, the most hated rivalries we have. Who would you want to see win least, and who do you think's going to win? Right?
The Lakers I want least to win, and I think the Heat are going to win in 6 games.
For me, Lakers in 5, gentlemen's sweep. Fuck LeBron. I hate his guts with every ounce of my being. If he was on fire, I wouldn't even piss on him and put him out. But let's be real. They're gonna roll the Heat.
Oh, real quick, the
Lakers going to win. I don't really give a shit if the Lakers win, honestly.
Really quick, the reason why I think the Lakers aren't going to win is because Bronny is smoking weed online now, and it's public knowledge. So LeBron has some problems at home, and plus his stepdad just checked into rehab down in Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Mark Cuban.
Yep. Thanks to Mark Cuban, helped his stepdad get into rehab. So he's got a lot of personal stuff going on.
You don't care that his kid's smoking weed. His dad was probably the one in the backseat filming it. They don't test in the NBA in the bubble.
I don't have the Lakers hate that everyone else has as a Boston fan. I mean, I don't want to see him get.
I have LeBron hate. Fuck.
Yeah, I think he's insufferable in terms of but I respect his talent. And I don't. But my point is, I don't want to see the Miami Heat win more than I don't want to see the Lakers win.
I don't plan on watching.
The Heat have broken my heart more than the Lakers.
You won't be watching the game because they start at 9, Bill. It's way past your bedtime.
Way past
Sleepy Bill. Sleepy Bill.
Not for anything I don't care about. Fuck this team. These teams.
Guys, last thoughts. Any final thoughts on Patriots Raiders? And feel free to combine that with a little early talk on that Chiefs Ravens game where the Chiefs absolutely smoked the Ravens. Bill, any last thoughts on Pats Raiders, and how do you think it shapes up for Sunday's game against the Chiefs?
Again, looking back, offensive line was a beast. A Newman or whatever his name was, graded out number 1 guard this week. Out of
Oh, here we
number
go.
1 guard.
You know what? He rubbed one out.
PFF.
Lefty is back.
First start at guard in the NFL. Graded out as the number 1. So I mean, that's promising. He's got talent there. I mean, Chiefs. Who's going to stop them?
Stephon Gilmore, your defensive player of the year, is shitting in his boots.
Who is going to stop them? They were a machine last night.
I mean, the Chargers stopped them the week before. It's the Chiefs. They might lay down and die any week. You don't know. It's Andy Reid and the Chiefs. That's what I've been saying.
Scared.
I picked the wrong week to bet against Jim Harbaugh. John Harbaugh is a boob. Anyway, he's given the Patriots he can get his team up, but in terms of in-game game planning, he's a fucking boob, dude.
Did you hear this stat?
And Lamar Jackson, I've never been more right about a fucking MVP in my life. Lamar Jackson's never going to win shit. He can't throw the ball.
Did you hear this stat too? He has 4 regular season losses and 3 of them against KC.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
All of his losses have come against good teams that make him throw. It's like he's got a playoff loss. He's got 2 playoff losses.
Well,
and
no,
3
regular
Kansas City.
season. Was,
yeah.
Who beat him his first one? Houston?
The stat
Houston
was he
beat him
has,
the first
he has
one, right?
6 total losses. 3 are to Kansas City and 2 are to playoff teams. So basically, you put him against good competition and make him throw the ball, and he can't. And one of them was a fucking Tennessee.
Was it Houston that beat him the year before too? I don't remember.
Ray, what do you got? Any final thoughts on the Patriots? And
Quickly, I'll go. Last year, this team was 8-0, and they looked like they were miserable, and their dog just died. This team is 2-1, and is probably the happiest group of people I've ever seen in my entire life. Cam Newton come up with nicknames for everyone, taking a page from the Simple Mind Sports Show, and I am very happy watching this team. Other than last year, watching that miserable group of men. That's all.
I'm with you there. I think my last thoughts. They.
I watch a miserable group of men have sex with your mother every night, so I get it.
That's a YouTube special. You get
All right, that's 2. That's 2, Bill.
The offense, the front 7 is trouble, but I'm still wide receiver, man. Like they played press coverage. Looking back at it, and nobody can get separation. I mean, Cam had a bad day, made some bad decisions, but their wide receiver core is still weak. The Chiefs, they have an okay secondary, but they should be able to get to him. But with those wide receivers, I just don't know. And this is another question I've been asking: is Andy Reid and the Chiefs disciplined enough, or maybe they won't have to, but are they disciplined enough to run on the Patriots because they can run fucking all
Yeah, Hilaire is fucking awesome.
They can run.
You can give them the ball 35 times.
Yeah.
You on your fantasy team, Bill?
They might.
No.
Oh, who cares?
I don't have him.
Congratulations, Tampa Bay Lightning. Bill, does it make you feel better that the Bruins lost to the eventual Stanley Cup Finals?
No, I mean they lost, but Tampa is a fucking powerhouse. They should have won it last year. You're seeing it again this year. They rolled through the Stanley Cup. I mean, couple overtime games there, but dude, game 6, it was not close. 2-0 score. It should have been 4 or 5-0. You know,
if Braden Point can keep his little body healthy, he's going to be an absolute
dude, he had
fucking
30.
stud for 10
What do you have?
years.
35 points. They had 2 guys
Stupid.
that had over 33 points scoring for Tampa, and the other guy was I don't even know how to pronounce his name on Dallas. He had 33 as well.
Yeah,
dude, that team was a fucking. They should have won, and they were missing Steven Stamkos, who's their second best player.
Yeah.
Real quick
third.
question for you,
Go
hockey
ahead.
guy, Bill. Why in the fuck did Steven Stamkos suit up just to go around with the cup? Why couldn't he just put skates on and have dress clothes or sweats on?
It's hockey, Ray. You don't get
It's
it.
hockey. So
You don't get
when
hockey,
the Bruins,
Ray.
Fucking stupid.
no, it is not stupid. He's the captain of the team. You're going to put your full gear on. You're going to go.
Charlie Conway, put some Levi jeans on. Your
All the
sweater on, and
Bruins
go there,
guys did it
skater.
too.
Triple
All right,
dink.
remember
Triple
who was the white guy? Chris Pollard.
fuck you, Billy Rambles. We're not doing this.
Jesus.
Bruins news and notes. Bruins offered Krug 6 years, 6.5 per year, which is basically Marchand, Bergeron, Pasternak deal. Obviously, he didn't take it. I don't blame him for not taking it. Like you've been saying, Billy, he's going to get $8-9 million on the market here.
Bye.
But yeah, he's gone. They're going to trade his rights, maybe. The other one swirling around the Bruins here is the Jack Eichel rumors that we touched on months ago, maybe. Here, this was from Hags, and this was the low ball. What it's going to take to get him: Studnicka, Carlo, Krejci, and a first.
If I'm Buffalo, I'd walk out of that deal. You're not trading the top 6 or 7 best player in the NHL in your division for an old Krejci, a Studnicka who hasn't looked great, and Carlo. Nope, pass. It's going to take a fucking haul, and you have to fit his $10 million a year salary under your salary cap, which you're right up against it. Never going to happen.
And Buffalo's not really they got him for a while. They're not looking to
But
move.
he asked it. He did demand a trade.
Yeah, because they
but
suck.
It's
They
a pipe
suck.
dream.
Ray, Red Sox fire Renicky. Any thoughts? Sorry, we actually ran out of time to talk about the Red Sox today. We'll try and get to it next time. This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show, Wednesday edition, September 30th. We'll see you on Friday. Actually, we'll see you for early lines on Thursday. We did really well last week, so tune in.
Ooh.
Suck. Bye.
Bye.
You sucked. I did really well.
Fuck you, Ray. Did you go 500?
I went over 500. Thank you.
Did I go 500?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
Yeah, you did. You went 5-4, I think.
By the way, you're gonna have to decipher.
By the way, how's this internet? Huh?
Did you finally
Shout
good
out
for
to
you.
my Comcast
look
guy,
at
baby.
you.
Yeah.
Look at you,
I'm on
cable
my
guy.
phone and the internet right now. This is amazing.
It's not bad. Your shot sucks. Turn down your light. How many times have I told you that? You just
down.
look like a ghost.
Down. Well, how's that? Still
What's
bad.
this? Can I do this one?
Billy
do this?
Whitsack.
What's this? How's this?
It's better, I guess.
Now I don't have the light on.
Okay, so you got.
And what do you have
got,
on?
Like an overhead.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. That's okay. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine. You look great.
Shut that off.
You look great, G baby.
You
Shut
fat
up, producer.
fuck.
Shut up, producer Bill, you dink.
Shut up, you fat fuck.
I don't remember what
I'm
I was
gonna
saying now.
burn
Oh.
that Heat jersey off you.
How-
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it now. Lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. First you gotta put your neck into it. Don't stop, just do it, do it. Then you roll your tongue from the crack back to the front. Then you suck it all till I shake and come, nigga. Make sure I keep bustin' nuts, nigga, all over your face and stuff. Slow head, show me so much love. The best head comes from a thug. The dick good, thick, big and long. Slow fucking to the crack of dawn. On the edge, making faces and stuff. Through the night, making so much love. Dead sleep when the sun comes up. So lick it now, lick it good. Lick this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good. Lick this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. You might roll dubs, you might have G, but fuck that nigga, get on your knees. A bitch like me moans and screams. The missus know what I mean. At the club, so fresh, so clean. A hoes hate a niggas watching me. So high in the line on green. With a unit on my face, so mean. I got the pit, what nigga I need. To suck and thug, nigga satisfy me. You try me, I make you see. Your bitches ain't got shit on me. So lick it now, lick it good. Lick this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good. Lick this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. Do it now, lick it good. Lick this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good. Suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, your tongue